Hi, I'm Heather Legge with Envision Success Inc. And today I want to talk about something that's popped up this week multiple times in different meetings, different conversations. This concept of validation, of words of affirmation, of people, human behavior, people needing to be accepted as they are, and us each really needing that from ourselves. Whoa, yeah, we're just going right in there, going right on in there. So I had a conversation, one of these conversations that's tied in earlier this week. Somebody called me out on me saying about my own behaviors, or I was talking about how some of us don't always meet our own expectations, and that I admit I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I use this term not acceptable a lot, a lot. And so she called me out on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I say that a lot. And a lot of times I'm laughing when I say it, or I'm kind of joking, or I'm saying, oh, that's not acceptable. But it's an indicator of a way of looking at the world that is a little too black and white, a little little too rules based, and some of that stuff is not important. So on the quest to letting go of more of the fluff, more of the crap that doesn't add value to my life, that doesn't add value to your life, it doesn't add value to my clients, it doesn't add value to my company, it doesn't add value to my relationships, letting that stuff go. On the quest to do more of that, I decided to write about it. So I did a little bit of a free writing exercise, and I was exploring what is going on with that, delving further into the concept of recovering perfectionism. And I know some of you, you're not a perfectionist, and yet still you can relate to this idea of really high expectations, either of yourself or someone else in your life has really high expectations, or just the idea that we're constantly seeking positive feedback to know that we're on the right track. So leaders, when I'm working with leaders and coaching and training and speaking, when we talk to the people around us, every type of relationship, actually, so this is not just leaders, this is every type of relationship. When we're giving people feedback all the time, whether it's intentional or not. It's like subtle judgments or really overt judgments. Like, that behavior is not acceptable, right? It might be written all over our face. Maybe we actually say something and people feel shunned, or people feel like they're not good enough. And ironically, that almost never has the intended effect. And trust me, the way that I grew up, where, it was a little bit more of a harsh words and harsh punishment, more of a punitive style, shame-based style of motivating behavior than a dangling the carrot. More stick, less carrot. And I don't like how that shows up in me regarding the relationship with my own self, regarding the relationship with others. Most of the time I can keep it to myself when it's regarding other people, but that can be really difficult. So if you think that someone else's behavior is not acceptable or not good enough for whatever the context is, how do you tell them? Or do you tell them? So I just want you to reflect on this for a little bit. Is there a way to inspire and motivate good behavior that is not fear-based, not punitive, not shame-based, not judgment-based? I think we can all do a better job of this for our own selves, for the people on our teams, for the people in our lives, for children, especially the ones that we mentor and guide and parent. Yeah, they're looking to us for affirmation, for validation. And we are looking to our own selves for affirmation, for validation, to be sure that we are enough, that we are acceptable as we are. And we also have room for improvement, right? We can be enough and still be on a growth and development path. Every single one of us is both a beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress, right? So how we're giving feedback to other people. So let's watch the words we're using, the thoughts we're thinking, how our nonverbals, our facial expressions are showing up. And let's all take the challenge to lead with words of affirmation, words of validation, and words coming from a place of love, which are, we might ask people questions. How would you handle this next time so that you feel better about it? If you were that other person, what would you like them to say to you? We can ask a lot of questions, or we can reflect on this, write down a couple of phrases. I think I'm going to do a blog on this, so I'll give you a little bit more details coming up soon. So stay tuned. But in the meantime, just think about this. Every single one of us needs to know that we are enough, that we are okay, that we are lovable, that we are contributing to the world in some way, that we're not dragging others down, that we're not letting people down. So whether you admit it or not, you also need this because it's part of being human. It's part of the human experience. It's part of what we're all going through in some way. Shows up in different people in different ways. So when you think about the people on your team, they're having a hard time connecting with, or people in your life, they've done something that upset you. Let's think about how we can validate the behavior we want to see, not in a manipulative way, but in a way that helps them be better. That's my challenge to you and to me. So until next time, let's all do better. Strive to do better and be better, even recognizing that we are a beautiful masterpiece as we are and a work in process.